Roger Moore here at Hypnosis Health Info. Yeah, I'm just so excited about the number of things that are happening that can help bring an end to childhood obesity. And of course, I've been talking a lot about Jamie Oliver's Food Revolution and the work that he's been doing there in Huntington, Virginia, and the school lunch program. And it's just really exciting to see the changes that are occurring there. And I've been talking about the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine Healthy School Lunch Act of 2010, and check around with my blog post here at Hypnosis Health Info and you'll see the links to that. And I urge you, please call your congressman and ask them to support that act. And I just came across another program that I had not been aware of, and this one is by the Cancer Project, and it's teaching youth food for life. The best way to prevent cancer and other obesity-related diseases is to establish good eating habits early in life. The Cancer Project has started a pilot cooking and nutrition program for youth, starting with the Washington, D.C. charter school through the Knowledge is Power program. The acronym is KIPP, K-I-P-P. KIPP is a network of free, open enrollment, college preparatory public schools that aim to prepare students in underserved communities for success in college and in life. The Cancer Project hopes the knowledge shared with the nearly 40 ninth grade students at KIPP will help them make food choices to support their health. For more information about Cancer Project's youth program, email info@cancerproject.org. You know, I've said this before, and I believe, if I recall correctly, that Jamie Oliver also mentioned it, that this is the first generation since the Civil War where kids have a shorter life expectancy than my generation. And that, to me, is criminal because it's pretty much all preventable. If we stopped providing them, feeding them junk foods, processed foods, fast foods, it wouldn't be an issue. Part of it is the fact that they're not moving as much as we did when I grew up. You know, we didn't have computers and Game Boys and very little TV actually. You know, I was in first or second grade before we got our first TV. We were outside playing. We were always moving. That's part of the issue. But the other part of it is the food that kids are being served, not only in school lunches, but also at home. And we really do need to reform our health care in this country. And from my perspective, that starts with us each individually. It starts with the food that each of us put in our own mouth, the food that we provide to our families. So if we take away the sugary processed cereals from breakfast and provide real grains, and if we took away the chicken nuggets at lunch and the school lunches and the fish sticks and those other processed foods, and if we took away the sauces that are served in school lunches that are filled with chemicals, and if we provided real food that, you know, was vegetables and fruits and whole grains, and provided those for meals and snacks, and we provided those at home, then that would go a long ways towards putting an end to childhood obesity. And you know, one of the things that I've noticed over the years when I've heard kids or parents actually come in talking about their kids who are overweight and not knowing what to do because they won't eat anything. Well, you know what? When the parents stopped buying the sugar-coated cereals and stopped buying the Kraft macaroni and cheese and stopped serving them frozen pizza and Pop-Tarts and stopped taking them to McDonald's and other places, it was amazing how quickly the kids adapted and started enjoying real food. When their choices were carrots and apples, guess what? They started eating carrots and apples, and they did it pretty quickly and without a whole lot of fuss. And it really can happen in your household as well. But it really starts with each of us individually of what we feed and the food that we buy. So get out of the center of the grocery store and stop buying those packaged foods. You know, I always say that if it comes in a box, if man's taken it, sliced it, and diced it, and altered it, and add words to you can't pronounce, and put a label on it, don't buy it. Carrots should look like carrots. Apples should look like apples. It should look like real vegetables, real fruits, and real grains. And There's a lot of argument going on about it's cheaper to buy the processed foods and the fast foods than it is to eat real food. Well, in our household, my wife and I eat very healthily. We eat very good food. It tastes good, it's enjoyable, it has lots of flavor, and we eat very simply because neither one of us get very big into cooking, and we eat very cheaply. So it can be done. And we cook in large quantities, we eat lots of leftovers. Like Sunday, we took our 2 big grilling trays and we filled them with vegetables. There was potatoes and carrots and asparagus and mushrooms and zucchini and red and green and yellow and orange bell peppers and onions and pineapple and all kinds of stuff that went into these trays, and they went on the grill. And they cooked up beautifully. And that night for dinner, we had a fresh salad and fresh grilled vegetables. And it was just filled with flavor. It was so great. And since then, every night, we've been using the leftover grilled vegetables for other meals. It's gone on top of brown rice. You can take pasta and cook up some bulgur pasta or whole wheat pasta, some sort of whole grain pasta, and use a marinara sauce and mix the grilled vegetables in there, and that grilled flavor with the marinara sauce is just very delightful. Pretty simple, pretty quick, very inexpensive. Lots of ways that you can do this. So what I urge you to do is start checking with what's really going on in your school lunch program and see what you can do about beginning to make reform there, about making changes there. And if you don't have the time to do that, well then start sending lunches to school with your kids. Start changing the food that you buy, the food that you make available to your kids, the food that you eat, make it real food. And also I urge you to call your congressman and ask them to support the Healthy School Lunch Act of 2010. You really can make a difference, not only for yourself and the health care reform for you, but also in the health and wellness of your kids. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.